on one. High fly ball. Deep right field. Backing up. Eaton, and that one is out of here.
No side.
He crushed it. And the Red Sox have taken the lead.
Bitch, put some respect on my name. Hey, when you speak on me, you speak on the game.
Welcome back. My guest today is not only a mindset and energy coach, but she also specializes in energetic healing. Ladies and gentlemen, Emily Baz.
Hello.
Hey, welcome.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, seriously, nice to meet you. I've been wanting to have you on the show for a while because I've been in touch with my spiritual side recently. So I want you to give us a little background about who is Emily.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So Emily is my name. But yeah, so Emily is a human or a spiritual being having a human experience. But nice. the way who I am right now, I'll just give you a little bit about my background and then where I'm at right now. So my journey into mindset, manifestation, energy healing, all of that started with my own issues. So I was having mental issues. I was constantly anxious, depressed. I wouldn't say overweight, but I was having like digestive issues. My hormones were whack.
Unhealthy.
Yeah, like everything was like really chaotic, and I was unaware at the time of what that was. So it started with trying to figure out solutions in the physical. So I went really into my body and really into health and really into fitness. And that helped, but not completely, but I was obsessed with that. Like I was obsessed with the food that I was putting in my body. I was thinking that there was some sort of like vitamin or some like food or
magic pill.
Yeah. And even like the stuff in the soil. So I was doing my master's at the time in sustainable food systems. And so I was like, okay, it's the glyphosate that's getting into the soil that's like causing all of these issues, that's like messing with my brain. So I knew about the mind-body connection, but I was so focused on the physical. And then something happened where I realized that I had a lot of suppressed trauma and that I had not dealt with at all. And then everything started clicking, like how your non-physical is manifesting through the physical, and then it all started making sense. And so I went really deep into healing, into energy work, into mindset after that, and then manifestation after that. So it started with the healing, and then it got into like, whoa, the mind's like super crazy powerful. Mm-hmm. Like, let's use this to start like creating our lives and sort of like hypnotizing. Because I was brainwashed before that in a negative way. It was affecting me negatively in my mind, body, in my mind and body and my emotions. And then I was like, wait, let's just use this knowledge to like benefit ourselves. Like it's the same thing. Let's just like hypnotize ourselves to like
do something good.
Yeah.
How do you connect the body and the mind? Like how does that process work, and why is it important?
Yeah. So the body is just the manifestation of the mind. So it starts with your thoughts, and then your feelings, and then your actions. So the body is just a manifestation of whatever is going on in the mind. And so there's two ways. Like if you want to heal something, you can look at it through changing what's going on in the mind. And so that would be done through meditation, through hypnosis. Mm-hmm. We were talking about Joe Dispenza before. He's great with that. But then you can also do it somatically, because the memories and all of your emotions are stored within your body. Your subconscious mind is manifested through the body. And so you can also do it somatically. So through breath work, through, we were talking about working out, like through things like that. So there's two ways to look at it. But the body is just the manifestation of the mind.
Wow. What is the TS method?
So the timeline shifting method is under the premise that there's infinite timelines existing for you right now. So infinite parallel realities, essentially.
A multiverse.
Yeah. So with your consciousness, you are going to be, you can put yourself on any timeline that you can see from inside, because everything you're seeing from inside, everything that you're imagining is already existing for you, or else you wouldn't be able to see it, right? And so the timeline shifting method, so the first part about it is going back. And so if there's blocks that are stopping you, you have to go back. So you're shifting through the timeline of your life, and you're allowing your intuition. So it's done through breath work to just sort of change your brainwave state. And then you're going, and I'm leading you through guided meditation, visualization. So you let your intuition guide you to moments that are blocking you, like root moments that are blocking you. And then you're healing those. And then once there's that space has been created, you're going back to the root, you're clearing the space. And then you're going and you're shifting to whatever timeline that you desire. And so whatever you're trying to manifest or whatever you want is on a specific frequency. And so just aligning your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions, which is your frequency, to the timeline that you actually want.
Can you learn things from other timelines?
What do you mean by that?
Let's say in past lives, okay? That's what I do believe in past lives as well.
Yeah.
I believe that our soul has been here for multiple journeys. Can you take trauma with you in other lives?
Yes, 100%.
Can you learn from other lives, gain wisdom from other lives?
100%. Yeah, there's some research out that actually proves this. But yeah, you're carrying the memories. So you're carrying the memories in your genetics from past lives as well, and through your ancestry. So it's kind of separated, because past lives is just your soul, your spiritual self, and then through your body you carry the information from your ancestors in this body, right? And yeah, 100%. So it was really interesting too, and I think this is like an experiential thing, right? You can't prove that there's past lives, at least now.
Of course, yeah.
But with my ayahuasca ceremony, I was actually shown that, like, it showed me that, like, this was this current life, like the trauma and everything that I was working through. But then there was like this that was like past lives. And it was like it was so interesting, because a lot of I had so much pent up fear, and it was showing me all these different memories that I'd never seen before that were just manifesting and showing up now, that I was like, oh, I understand why I was like that. But yeah, it showed me that, like, your past lives has a huge role in how you are experiencing reality now. And then it's just becoming aware of that. Something cool that I want to do is a past life regression. I don't know if you've ever
I would
done that.
love
Yeah,
to too.
yeah.
No, I have never done it for sure. I've just started to like open up my perspective on spirituality, so I would definitely like to try that. But how was your ayahuasca experience? Where'd you do that?
So I went to Costa Rica to do that. I did it at Rhythmia.
With a shaman?
Yes, yeah.
Oh my God, that's so cool. I find that so cool.
Yeah, so it was 4 ceremonies, and 4 ceremonies in a row, and each ceremony was with a different shaman, with a different energy, with a different brew. So it was very different. Like, obviously each ceremony is going to be super different.
So there's different brews.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So there's different brews. So the last one was with Taita, and he was a shaman from the jungle, and he came in.
Shout out Taita.
Yeah, I know, I was like, Taita. And he had a brew Yahe, and so it's slightly different than ayahuasca, I believe. And yeah, man, it was intense. It was so transformative, though. It did feel like there was so, like, they say it's like 10 years of healing in a week. It was like a lifetime. I'm like, I don't even know how I would be aware of all of these different things if it wasn't for this. So yeah, it was completely transformative. It was awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Like, traveling for that too, like, it must have been such a cool experience. So, like, especially like the environment and like I don't know, just the people you're around is just, you're not home, right? You're just away. You're in this dreamlike, this dreamlike state. That's so cool. That's really cool.
Yeah.
But like, you said healing, but when you talk about healing, it's just pretty much overcoming limiting thought patterns, right? It's pretty much like, when you break it down, that's what it is.
Yeah.
How do you overcome these limiting thought patterns?
So thought patterns and also emotions, because sometimes like they always say, like, trauma isn't what happened to you, it's the story and then the emotion that you have with the story. So it's both of those. And sometimes, so when you're healing too, it's really hard to change the conscious mind with the conscious mind. And so sometimes you just need the emotion. You need the frequency, because that's what's stored in the body. And so when you go about your day, you'll be triggered by different things that are just hitting emotions in your body, and then you'll be reacting.
That's
and
true.
then yeah. And then your behavior will be different, right? And so the more that you can clear from your body, mind, system, the less you're going to be triggered, the more you're going to be like grounded, and then you won't be reactive. But in order to shift to that?
Yeah.
Yeah, to shift that. So there's so many different modalities that you can use. So my advice would be for the people listening is to find something, just listen to what your intuition is telling you on what modality is going to be most supportive to you right now, because there's so many. Listen to your spirits with that. Like, this one I'm really resonating towards right now, and then switch it up. Like, I did so many different modalities. I was a crazy person. I sold everything. I didn't buy anything for myself for 2 years and put all my resources into healing. And I tried everything, and I just listened to what was next. And especially too, find the modality, but also use discernment with the person who's teaching you the modality, just because everyone can know the theory behind something, but tune into energetically, are you aligning with the individual who is also leading you through these different things?
Who do you vibrate with, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. So with healing, there's two ways. You can go from it from a mind way, and I've done both, and you can go through it through a somatic way, going through your body. I personally have found the most transformative for me as a highly sensitive person, going into the body and healing the emotions that way and healing the frequency. So sometimes you don't even need to know the story. It's just letting that go, what you've carried and held onto in your body, and then letting that go. So,
and that's breath work?
Breath work, yep, you can do breath work. I was telling you that I did the quantum flow, so that was yoga, that was Tai Chi, that was meditation, activations, sound healing. There's so many different energy practices that you can use. The one that I did at the beginning of this was specifically with narcissistic abuse, but you can use it with anything. Was you would connect to the other person's essence. And so in the sessions, we didn't talk. It was with a coach, so you didn't talk at all. So you would just connect with the other person's essence. He was leading you through this. And then you would be sort of sending that energy, whatever it was, guilt, shame, anger that you've held on to, back to the individual, and then adding light into that. So there's literally a zillion different modalities with, if you want to work at it somatically, or if you want to work at it from top down through the mind and hypnosis and things like that.
What are other kinds of meditations? We talked about going to the gym. Do you consider working out as a form of meditation?
Yes, yeah. Okay. So working out for me has definitely been meditation, because you have to, when you're at the gym, connecting with your body, you have to be present. You have to focus on which muscles that you're engaging, and then silencing that. So getting out of your head and kind of getting into your body, and then being super present with it. So yeah, 100%.
All the gym bros out there are oh yeah, man, I'm doing it.
I do meditation.
Yeah, I meditate every day, dude. What do you mean? Yeah. That's really cool. But you don't have to just go do bodybuilding or whatever. There's other sports. As long as you're active, you're being in tune with your body, and that's the point. And like you said, aligning your mind with your body is essential as a human being. And of course, we're lost in all this, all the distractions out there, and a lot of mental health problems with everything going on. And of course, some people feel like they're lost, but I'm telling you, meditation, breath work, or anything, just if it helps you get out of your reality a little bit, do it. If it's healthy, do it. I'm not saying go do a bunch of drugs. I'm saying if it's a healthy way, a healthy alternative, do as much as you can. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And especially I like sauna. I do a lot of sauna.
Nice.
Yeah. Do you are you a big fan of cold plunges and all that stuff, or? What's your favorite? What's your favorite I don't know, breath work or whatever? What's your favorite modality?
So currently, because it always changes, and I kind of just tune into intuitively what I need. Mm-hmm. And so, as I said, I am highly sensitive, so I find the things that work on my nervous system. Nervous system is everything. If you want to change and feel better in your body, just go to the nervous system and start working through that and aligning that and building that back into coherence, and you'll feel so much better. So right now it's breathwork 100%. So I'm doing my certification with breathwork, so I'm just in it.
Really?
And yeah, always doing journeys, and yeah, so definitely breathwork, and that can just release so much emotion and so much stored energy from your body mind system, because it's changing your brainwave states, and then you're just allowing your body knows how to heal and go back into coherence. That's its natural state. So when you can just allow yourself to do that and just kind of let go, then it just goes back to normal. So breath work right now. But in terms of cold plunges and stuff, I actually only did that once, like a month ago, and it was cool. Like, I liked it. It's definitely one of those things that's like so freaking uncomfortable, and you're like, but it does build your like mental capacity, right? It's like
it
I
builds
can like
something. It fucking, it should.
Yeah.
Jesus.
It's like I can sit through like massive discomfort and get through it. You know, you have to have your like mindset as in like, no, I'm gonna like stay here, and like do this, even though my whole body mind system is like, I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. Like, I'm freaking out. Yeah.
I think like, but also when you play with that, like that pain threshold,
Yeah.
you know, like everything else is easy. Like if you have a crazy workout, like a 3-hour workout and you're destroyed after, everything else, all the little problems in your life, they don't matter.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
No,
they get
builds your
built up.
mindset.
Yeah, they get built up during the day, but once you release it through the body, you can just see like there's so much proof out there that the body is the mind and the mind is the body. You are your body. You have to take care of it. Like,
Yeah.
look, we're probably all going to die of cancer in some way,
Yeah.
way or form. Okay, there's poison everywhere. Like, you know, what we eat and you know, but make a difference. Like, if I'm the guy I used to be anti-meditation, like, oh, that doesn't work. Dude, please try. Like, you have to try.
Yeah.
And it's with time too. Like, it's with everything. Like, if you go to the gym tomorrow, like, and you go for one day, it's not going to do anything. But if you keep on doing it for a year, you will change your life. And it's the same thing for meditation.
Yeah. Just on top of that too, it's the momentum that you're building by doing the things. Like for the gym, it's like so difficult to go to the gym, to start going to the gym, right? It's like you don't know where anything is, you don't know how to use the machines, your body's out of shape. But then like if you keep doing that, it builds the momentum over time. So it just becomes unconscious and you start to like it. Same thing with meditation. It sucks at the beginning. You're not going to be like,
In
you
tune
can't
at
not
all.
be great at it,
No.
but yeah, like, and it's like uncomfortable to sit there when your mind's telling you they have a zillion things to do. But it's like just allowing yourself, like, don't let your body become the mind. Like, just allow yourself to sit there, allow yourself, even though it's uncomfortable and all of these stories are happening, is like sitting there, and then that builds momentum too over time. It just becomes so much easier, and you start to see the benefits of it. Same with working out, you start to see the benefits of it. You're like, shit, yeah, I want to stay with this. Same with meditation. You're like, damn, how could I have gone this long without it? Like, it's so super transformative. So it's like with both of them, it's just building that momentum and just putting in the work, even though it's uncomfortable at the beginning, and then it just gets so much easier.
And when you're on the verge of stopping, your body can take way more than your brain.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Your brain's like, dude, fuck this. But like 10 minutes, like your body, you have no idea how much pain your body can go through.
100%.
You know, especially women, like you guys, like Jesus Christ, you guys.
Next level.
Next level.
Yeah.
Wake up the next day, no problem. Like what?
Yeah.
That's insane. Like pregnancy, like
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
I couldn't go through that shit. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I know. I'm not looking forward to it.
Yeah. You're looking? You want kids?
I don't know. Like at the
put you on
moment,
the spot
like
like that.
definitely
Yeah.
no. Yeah.
Of course, yeah.
But I don't know. I'm like slowly becoming. I was for the longest time like a hell no, and I'm like slowly becoming more open to it. But I don't know. We'll see. If
Go with
it
the flow.
feels aligned, then I'll do it. And like right now, it feels like hell no. Yeah.
Go with the energy.
Yeah. Exactly.
How is it being an energy coach? What is an energy coach? Can you explain that?
Yeah, so an energy coach. So at first I was like a mindset coach, and I learned that mindset is so amazing, but it's not everything. Like I said, like you need that nervous system. So you can like have all of these positive beliefs and thought patterns happening, and be again like trying to change your mind with your mind. But if you don't actually heal yourself and build your nervous system back up into coherence, it's just going to be really difficult. So an energy coach is combining, well, I'm a mindset and energy coach, but so it's combining both the mindset, so how to use your mind to essentially create whatever you want and to just have yourself feel better. And then the energy bit is like nervous system work. So it's like going back and feeling the emotions that you are running away from and distracting from, and allowing yourself to fully accept them, feel them, so that they actually just pass through your system. So then again, you won't be triggered by as many things, and you won't just be in this constant like contracted state of survival. You'll be like expansive, you'll be like, and then from that your behavior completely changes too, right? Like when it's crazy the relationship between the mind and the body, and then how that's affecting what you do and what you don't do. And it's so unconscious. But once you actually start to make those shifts within your mind and your nervous system, the actions are going to be like a lot more aligned. You're going to be a different person, right? You're going to go and do things that you were previously maybe afraid of or feeling like scared of. And yeah, it changes everything.
What do you have any personal experiences that like were really intense, and then you know, through breath work or through meditation, it completely changed, or it stopped, or aligned into something different?
Yeah, I'll try to think of like a specific example, because there was so much. So at the beginning, I'll think of one with so I came from like a really abusive family, and there was like physical abuse, emotional abuse, sexual abuse, all of that happening. And so literally everything that I've done has been healing from all of those moments. Because if you think about it, like all of those moments are still within your consciousness. They're still within your non-physical mind. And so if you have those lingering in the background, and if those things are just your natural state is a really high vibration. So if you have all of those emotions and all of those stories and disempowering beliefs within your system, they're just going to keep like cracking up for you to start healing them. But if you keep shoving them down, then it's just going to explode. And so that's what was happening within me. So yeah, I'll give you the first one. This is how I became aware of what was all my unconscious stuff. Yeah, be aware. So I was with a coach, and she was telling me to think about my mom and my dad, and like what was just coming up with that. And a memory came up. So it's a long story. So a memory came up with my dad. I was like, I can't think of anything with my mom. I'll think of something with my dad. And it was this memory where he had thrown me down the stairs. And with that, in that experience, I was still in a freeze mode. So the trauma response, right, of freeze. So if you think about it, like I'd been in that response since that moment happened throughout my entire life. And so it was going back to that moment and feeling what I actually felt. So fear, I was feeling like anger, like what the fuck, you just threw me down the stairs. Like I was feeling like scared, I was feeling disempowered. So it was going back and like feeling those same emotions in a safe space, allowing them. And then with that one too, it was going back and replaying the same scenario. So changing it in any way. So what would I have wanted to do?
So seeing it from a different perspective.
Yes, 100%. And then like with your mind, right? Like these are just memories, and there's a statistic that's like most of your memories aren't actually like true. Like they're manipulated in some way, right? Because your mind,
by your point of view.
Yeah, your mind like messes with them. So like objectively, you can have something happen.
Whoa.
Woo. Yeah, you can have something happen, but the story that you create with that can completely change the memory to like something that was either like exaggerated or it was like really like suppressed, and you just created something different. So anyway, so with that one, you know, I could go and be like changing it in whatever way that I wanted to, and creating a new memory with a new emotion, so that within my consciousness, it's more settled and within my nervous system. So yeah, that was one. But like there's like, if you think about it, there's, say for example, let's just like use easy math. There's 1,000 things that have happened that you've had to charge with, either positive or negative. Because you can have a trauma that's a positive one, and that's what makes you attached to those things. And then you can have a trauma that's like a negative one, the lower vibration, and then that's what you're trying to run away from and like hide away from all the time. So both are going to be happening. But say you have 1,000 of them. Each one that you clear just builds more space and more authenticity within your body-mind system. So it's like going back and just like things are going to be showing up all the time. So with anything that you're triggered with on the external, it's like, oh, it's nothing to do with what's actually going on out there. Like, what's that bringing up in me? Oh, damn, that's bringing up abandonment. Oh, damn, that's bringing up like grief. Oh, damn, that's bringing up like a lot of shame.
Jealousy, anger.
Yeah. So then it's like turning it back, always turning it back on you. Like, this is happening and I'm being triggered, but it has friggin' nothing to do. I'm not going to blame it on anyone else. It's hitting something inside of me. But the more that you clear all those like little things, it's just, you're just going to feel so much better.
But I don't want to play the devil's advocate, but
Yeah.
there's always going to be problems. There's always going to be negativity. Like you're always going to react in some certain way to the environment that you're faced.
Yep.
You know, yeah, of course you can clear out, you know, some of the trauma, but there's going to be new trauma to develop. But once you get past that old trauma, you can become a new person and maybe, you know, better equipped to deal with the new traumas coming forward, you know?
100%.
Yeah.
And so when too, like, things aren't hitting you as often. So so say something comes up tomorrow
Yeah.
and like someone yells at me and is like, you're stupid or something like that. Like, if I had dealt with that, I would just say, okay, I'm not stupid. But if I hadn't dealt with that, I would be like, fuck you, or, you know, like react in a way. So it's
That's
like
true.
the things that come up, once you've cleared those things, you're going to be a lot less reactive.
That's very
And or
true.
you're going to get triggered and you're going to have the tools to process them in the moment. Okay, I'm just going to do a breath. Oh, I'm feeling so angry right now. Like, that guy pissed me off. Oh, damn. Okay, I'm not going to react. I'm not going to like let that ruin my day. I'm just going to breathe and transmute that energy so that it's not going to affect me. And then I won't even have that root triggered to be triggered by in the future.
Yeah.
You know?
And you also, like, people get influenced a lot by other people's opinions.
Yeah.
And it took me a while to realize that, you know, just it's so hard to be yourself. Like, for me, that's what it was. It was so hard to be me.
Yeah.
I was always different, always the black sheep, always the person with the different ideas, the dreamer, you know, the young dreamer. And it's not easy to be that person sometimes, and especially when your environment is not accepting it in a certain sense. But once you break through, it feels so good. Like, you only have yourself. You have to be yourself. And if you're not yourself, then who are you? You're just another sheep, another random person, another NPC, like people like to say. And it's so important to be one with you and one with your mind, and also being comfortable in your skin, you know. And that takes time. It takes time, and it's hard to develop, but you know, it's a constant battle for sure. But at the end of the day, no one cares.
Yeah. I know. I
It
love
was
that.
so hard to understand. Like, what do you mean no one cares? Especially me. Like, I'm doing a fucking podcast. I kind of want people to care a little bit.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? But they don't.
No.
If I quit tomorrow, no one gives a shit.
Yeah.
You know? And if I keep on going, no one gives a shit too.
Yeah.
So you have to find like that balance of like, okay, you know, doing what you love, but also not giving a shit about what other people think.
Yeah.
That's what's hard.
It is. It takes courage to do that, right? Like, you have to like go and be different and stand out and like, as you said, like have those dreams. And
Yeah.
if people aren't like fully supporting that at the beginning, it takes like courage to just be like, I don't really care. I'm just gonna stick with it. Like, people don't believe in me.
Did people talk about like you, like being a mindset coach? Like, what the fuck is she doing? This, like this hippie shit. You know what I mean? No, you would
Yeah.
seriously, like,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
I'm being honest. Like, that's what it is. Like, you know, some people see it like, okay, this girl is full of shit, whatever. But you know, it's for the people that you change their lives.
Yeah.
That's what matters. That's
Yeah.
what matters. All the rest, they're gonna hate. They're gonna hate. But
Yeah.
think about this: in 3 generations, all the people that hate you,
Yeah.
nobody's gonna know they exist.
Exactly.
about that.
Yeah, and that was one of the laws. Is the law of polarity. So with everything, there's black, there's white, there's night, there's morning.
Night and day.
Night day, yeah. I was like, wait, that doesn't sound right.
I
so
got it.
with that, like, people are gonna really like you, and people are equally in opposite, because that's how the world functions. Not gonna like you, and so when you can just understand that, like, okay, cool, like people, I'm not gonna resonate with a lot of people, but I'm also gonna resonate with equal and opposite, the same amount of people, right? So it's just like, yeah, it's just coming back to yourself too, like. So many people's power is focused outside, externally, whatever. They're getting distracted by whatever's happening on the external, but like, just focus that power or that energy internal and be like, okay, what do I want? Okay, I'm just gonna go do that. But yeah, it takes courage at the beginning. And at the beginning, so it's interesting. I didn't have that much, probably around behind my back for sure, but like to my face, no, like you get like.
Of course not.
Yeah.
Not to your face. They'll never say anything to your
Yeah,
face, but it's
yeah.
always on social media, right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
always, they'll never say anything to my face. That's always that, right? The people that come up and see me or come up probably and come see you, like, oh my God, thank you so much. It's cool. Like, I love what you're doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Of course. Because the haters, they won't come and see you.
Yeah. And then going on social media is like another thing. I feel like that going on social media is such a spiritual thing, right? Because you have to like really be okay with yourself. Like it's okay. Like I would say, yeah, I'm myself right now. But when you get on social media, there's so many different, like you're interacting with everyone. So like people are going to put their perspectives. People are not going to agree with you, but it's just not taking it personally.
Exactly.
Like just don't take it personal and
Yeah.
you're good. Like, just let it go.
And also, but like, people change their minds.
Exactly. And that's what people say, like, with the coaching. They're like, you're not going to resonate with a lot of people. But when people have either like something happen in their life or an awareness shift, they'll be like, damn, I understood what she was talking about. And then they'll resonate with you. So people can shift all the time. And it's just like being who you are. Yeah. And then people are going to be resonating with you and people are going to be falling off all the time. But it's just understanding that's normal.
But we see it nowadays too. Like, people, like, I don't know, they'll clip a podcast from like 7 years ago about like someone's opinion.
Yeah.
And then they'll play it now where it's like completely irrelevant, but like, oh my God, he said that. But like, people change their fucking minds. That's human. If you don't change your mind, like, you're in a sense not human.
Exactly. Yeah. And there's a really, I forget, I think it was Michael Beckwith or it was Wayne Dyer, like a spiritual person. They're like, if I even looked back at the stuff that I said however long ago, I wouldn't agree with it. Like, I've changed and I've like,
Absolutely.
Evolved. But if you didn't say what you said now, like, people are going to resonate with that no matter what level that they're at. So just say what you want and just understand you're going to change, but you're going to be helping people no matter where they're at.
Yeah. Like, I was an atheist before, like complete atheist.
Really?
Like, I was the scientific guy, like, oh my God, like, it's just it's just an establishment. They're just using people and stuff. Like, yes. Okay. Yeah. But when you separate spirituality, God, or whatever you want to call it, from the human form, the human-made establishments, then you get to realize, okay, there's something behind this. You know? Yeah. Because I don't want to get a religion. Should I? Okay, I'll talk about it a little bit. All right. Okay. Of course, religion is man-made. Okay, it's man-made, but the fact that it's based on something. It's based on beliefs and a belief system, and it's different for everybody. When I was young, okay, my family were they still are very religious, and I went to church at a young age. And as soon as I saw they pass like the pan and you fucking put money in there and shit, I was like, wait a minute, they're taking money from us? I thought this was supposed to be inclusive, and you know what I mean? And then all like especially the Catholics, like, oh, gay people are going to hell and all that. It's crazy, man. It's insane. But at the end of the day, like, I can't see, like, if there is a God out there, I hope, if there is a God out there, okay, how can you say, okay, this person, let's say, okay, we have a guy who is gay, but is completely happy, beautiful person, gives back to the community, is everything. He's not going to hell, man. Like, in my mind, that did not make sense. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, of course, religion is flawed because why? It is man-made. Yeah. Okay? But everybody's right in a certain sense. I think all the religions they have their own cultures, they have their own techniques, their own prayers, their own thought patterns, but it's the same thing at the end of the day. And I think it all comes from the same place, and whoever that is present in all of us. And will forever be here long after we're gone, you know? I really think it's powerful. And once you get in touch with your spiritual side, or you start meditating, or you start believing in something, a higher force, you tend to enjoy life a little better. Yeah. And we were talking about that before. Like, you know, all of these things are always available to you. Like your spiritual it's free.
Side. Yeah. All your guides, everything is always available to you. It's just like, are you available to open that communication line?
Are you available to them?
Yeah. And just let them know, hey, I'll listen to you. But like, once you actually open up that line of communication, things flow so much easier. And you just, you know, once you feel like you're supported in the non-physical, it almost just gives you that faith. But you can get that from religion. You can get faith, obviously, from religion. You can get that from spirituality. I know they're similar, but it's just finding like what you resonate, what works for you in the moment. It can always change.
That's true. This episode is brought to you by Neox Marketing. Are you looking to upgrade your business? Do you want to develop your marketing skills but have no idea where to start? Boy, do I have a deal for you. With promo code SmackTalk, you can get not 25, not 50, not 60, 80% off their marketing ebook. That comes to a total of $2. Yeah, this ebook has everything, okay? It took a year to make. It's simple to use, so you can get started ASAP. So Johnny, you're saying you can get an entire ebook, a step-by-step guide for scaling my business for only $2? That's exactly what I'm saying. with promo code SmackTalk. You can use it at checkout or click the link in the description. That is promo code SmackTalk for 80% off your purchase. SmackTalk. Tell a friend to tell a friend and enjoy the episode. Peace. For someone who is trying to connect with their mind and body, do you have any advice for them?
Trying to connect with their mind and body. Yeah. So it would be finding a modality that you feel expansive towards, like something. So if you're finding like, ooh, I actually like am open to meditation. Okay, go into meditation and find. I always like to like not be dogmatic with things. Like find 5 different modalities of meditation from 5 different teachers or people speaking, like anything, and then test it out. See which one that you feel most expansive with. We talked about this before, but at the beginning, maybe it's not going to be the most fun thing ever, but just knowing that you need to build that momentum and start ingraining that behavior and that pattern, then it will just get easier. But again, if you want to connect with your mind and body, just start listening and start finding what's already, like, even if you have the intention's everything. So the intention of, I want to connect with my mind and body, then your RAS, your reticular activating system, is going to go to work for you and pull things that are already in your reality, and you're going to start seeing them like, oh, this guy popped up on my feed, like, I'm going to look at that, like, ooh, I'm resonating with that. And then you go on this really interesting individualized journey to finding what supports you. So it's always available to you, and it's already available to you, but it's like, yeah, setting the intention, okay, I'm open to this, and then start programming your mind, and then you'll start seeing those things already, and then you just go with what resonates
That's
with
what's
you.
hard, is seeing the pattern, you know? You don't really see it. You just go with it.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
you flow with it. It's like a little river, you know? You try to catch that river, and that's pretty much it. Like, that's what happened with my podcast. Like, all my guests is pretty much like me and you.
Yeah,
yeah. Like, wait, she's talking about that? That's interesting. Okay, let's ask her. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's literally what it is. Like, if I don't vibrate, if I don't feel a certain attachment, not only to their story, but to the persona, then it goes a long way. And everything in life is about who you meet. People, like, I used to be introverted. I still am a little bit. I hate going out. I used to work in a nightclub,
I was like,
it's
you're
just
introverted? Are you?
Yeah. I think it changed. I'm pretty sure it changed. Okay. But it's hard to get out, but I'm telling you, like, it will open up doors. Like, do the activities, say yes.
Yeah.
I used to say no all the time. Like, yeah, of course, sometimes it bites you in the ass because you have a bunch of projects on the go, and that's literally my life right now. But say yes.
Yeah.
It's hard to say. It's easy to say no. Just say yes. Why not? Time goes by so fast.
Yeah.
Life goes by so quick. It's sad. Like, you know, like, especially during the pandemic, like, that was nuts. Like, 2 years. That was 2 years.
Yeah.
You know, it felt like a weekend.
Yeah.
I don't know. You just enjoy the time you have left.
No, 100%. And get okay with being uncomfortable. Like, you know, like, even like saying yes, but even like when the door opens, like being okay with even going up to that person that you're seeing, that you're like, I really feel like I'm resonating with you, and like starting that conversation or reaching out to them on social media or anything, like being okay with just like getting out of your comfort zone and just doing it if it feels aligned, and you feel like, even like if you're listening, it's like, okay, this person has something for me. And then you're always learning through each other, right? Like every single person that's talking to you is a mirror reflection of you. So like, what can you learn from everyone that you're coming into contact with? Even the person that you like completely disagree with and are like so irked by, it's like you're always learning from.
But there's a reason why they act like that, and there's a reason why you perceive them that way.
Exactly.
You know, it's just human beings are very complicated things. You know?
Things.
We are things. We are little things. You know?
No, 100%.
But it's hard to start to initiate the conversation, but people are friendly.
Yeah, everyone's feeling the same. Yeah,
everyone's doing the same.
Everyone wants connection, and
exactly
feels a lot of people. Even like being a coach, right? You get inside the minds of people, and you see that everyone's kind of longing for the same things. Like everyone kind of feels disconnected. They're feeling lonely. They're having all of these blocks, which are the same blocks in every single person. And it's like, once you can just realize that like we're all dealing with the same things and we're all kind of feeling the same way, just kind of opens you up to like, you know, connections.
Of course, some people have like different levels of trauma.
Yeah.
You know, of course, I'm not going to compare, you know, my trauma to like a war veteran or something. But hey, you know, the reality and the trauma that people face is, you know, it correlates with their past life, like the time that they've been through that trauma. So let's say my biggest trauma was, I don't know, like a breakup or whatever. Okay. Well, for me, that's my biggest trauma because that's the only thing I've been through. There's nothing else to compare it to, you know?
Yeah.
Of course it's not, but it just, I don't know. Everybody has their own different point of views, but down to the core, to the basis, it's the same emotion.
Yeah. Yeah.
And people don't understand that.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. People come to me and they're like, nothing's gone wrong, but like the example that you gave, like everything's so relative. So the breakup to you, for someone who hasn't been through a lot of things, and again, like people have always been through. It's just the story and the emotion that the person, the perspective of the person, the meaning that they're making out of every experience. So something can happen, like say I spilled this glass
Please
when
don't.
I was like 3
Please
or
don't.
something like that.
My producer will murder me.
Yeah.
Look how beautiful this is. Don't ruin it.
If I created a story like I'm the biggest fuck up ever, like I can never do anything right and felt so much shame and guilt from that experience, that's going to stay. And that could be the same feeling and story that someone who has experienced, I don't know, physical abuse or like severe trauma could also have. So it's all relative and it's all just the story and the emotions that the person has created and that they're carrying with them. So again, it's super relative and it could be like the smallest thing, but again, like with the experience too, if you haven't had too much happen in the years of formation, so between the ages of 0 to 7, then the breakup to you could be like just feel
The worst
so
thing ever.
dramatic,
Yeah.
right? But then if say someone who had experienced a lot of trauma in those years also had a breakup, it could just be like normal. Like they're resilient enough to just be like, okay, cool, like we'll just move past it. So it's so individualized, and you just have to understand like
It's part of
how
the journey.
this gets stuck in your system too.
How about your journey? Do you have any plans? Like in the future, like do you have any projects coming up?
Yeah, well, I'm wanting to do more in-person stuff. So I have my
Cool.
breathwork certification, so I want to be leading people through journeys with that. And then my timeline shifting method does combine breathwork, and then it's like the meditation and all of that.
I would
But
love
then
to. I'm dead serious. I would love to.
I'll give you a free session. It will be cool.
Damn,
We'll
let's
through
go.
it. Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
go.
yeah.
I would love to try. I've never tried it, so.
Cool.
you know.
Yeah. It's awesome. And then with the breathwork too, it's 3-hour sessions, but it's like 60 to 90 minute like breathwork journey that you're doing, and you're just
Jesus.
releasing a whole bunch of stuff too. Yeah. So I want to be doing more of that and combining them both. And then also I want to be doing like in-person retreats and stuff. So again, I'm moving to Thailand, so I want to be doing like retreats
You're
and fun stuff
moving
there.
to Thailand?
Yeah, for at least a year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, I
So
thought you.
excited.
Okay, you said you're going. At the beginning, she
Going.
said that she was going to Thailand. I'm like, okay, that's cool. In like 2-3 weeks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, no, you're moving
Yeah,
to Thailand.
like, we're full on
downtown
moving.
Bangkok.
No.
Okay,
Koh
thank
Samui.
God.
Have
Okay.
you been?
No, I have not. My uncle is Thai though.
Oh, Dan, you have to go.
Yeah, I would love.
You'll love it.
I would love to.
Yeah.
The street food.
Yeah, I know. So it's like a little island southeast of like Bangkok.
Okay.
And it's so chill. It's so freaking beautiful. The energy is so good. The food so good. Yeah, so I'm excited. So, but I want to hold retreats there too, and just have that like really intensive where I can just like fully support the person and like, yeah, just help release and also learn how to use their mind.
Do you like being nomadic? You seem like you're a person who likes to travel a lot.
Yeah, I do. I'm always moving. It's interesting. I don't know if you know, Healy might be too woo-woo for you, but I'll show you after. It's just like
for sure.
a frequency device. So it reads your field and then it will like tell you things. And what was really interesting that came up was in the root center, it was saying like this person always tries to find home, like moves a lot because they're trying to find a home without realizing that their home is in themselves. And I was like, damn, is this like an unconscious pattern that I just keep moving around,
Wow.
trying to find
Running
somewhere?
away.
Yeah, because it's so interesting. And I had this experience when I was in Thailand last time. We were in this like beautiful villa. It was like the infinity pool, like the sunset was going down. It was so nice. And I felt uncomfortable. Like I felt anxious. And I was like, oh, it actually doesn't matter where you go at all. It doesn't matter what's happening in the external. It's just what's going on in your internal world that's like being perceived in the external. So yeah, it's like just finding home. But yeah, I'm always moving around. I love moving around and just like feeling out different places.
Is there a place you visited where you felt like spiritually connected to?
Samui. Oh my God, Samui. Yeah, it just felt like home. It felt like,
Wow.
oh my God, I'm home. And So we actually went to this other island, it's Koh Phangan. So it's like an hour away from Sumi, and it's rose quartz. Like they have like rose quartz growing there. The energy at that point in my life was so intense. I had to leave the island. Like I had a full-on panic attack because the energy was so intense. And yeah, I actually went and did a Reiki session there because I was like, my nervous system was freaking the hell out.
What's Reiki?
Reiki. So it's like it's with your subtle energetics. So you're using touch. You're using like it's going on top of the physical body and then shifting the things in your field. Kind of maybe to some of your listeners woo woo, but it actually works.
If you're listening to my shit, man, get used. Every week is different.
Okay,
so there you go. That's what it is.
Yeah. So Reiki is just with the energetics in the field of energy around you and moving the subtle energy. And yeah, that was pretty intense too, because I was like, I don't really know what to do, but my nervous system is freaking out. Yeah. So that was crazy. I kind of want to go back now that I've like shifted so many different patterns and just like kind of like feel into that and just see what comes up.
For me, it was Iceland.
Really?
Yeah.
What happened in Iceland?
I felt like I was home, like you.
That's cool.
I felt as soon as I landed, I'm like, is this? I've been here before.
Cool.
Like, that was the feeling.
Like a
I had.
remembrance. Yeah.
It was insane, and all the adventures, all the hikes, all the people I met. I'm like, I've been here before. This is weird, and I always have this weird attachment to Iceland.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Have you gone back recently?
No, but I want to next summer.
You have to do it,
will.
and then you have to meditate, and then just see what comes through. What
Really?
information? Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
that's a past life trying to reach me.
Yeah,
That'd
yeah.
be cool.
Or to see, like, you resonate with different places, and you feel called to different places, and everything is information, right? Information is everywhere. It's in the field, and so if you like go to this place, like you're obviously called to it for a reason, and then just kind of tune in and like call your guide and just be like, what information? Like, why was I called here? And then just see what comes through. It's super interesting. Yeah.
That'd be really cool. It's the water too.
Ooh, yeah.
I feel like I resonate a lot with like being beside water. I feel at peace. I feel like this inner peace when I'm beside water. It's so weird. It's bizarre. Like it's overwhelming as a feeling.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What's your sign? Like
Sagittarius.
Is that water? What's Sagittarius?
It's the Archer.
It's what?
It's the Archer.
Is that like what element do you know?
I don't know.
We'll look it up after.
Okay, for sure.
It'd be interesting if it was water,
Okay.
like water element.
Yeah.
And yeah, you're just
Wow.
That's cool. It's calming though. It's really grounding, like water in general. I wonder if you were like talking about past lives. I'm just going
Please,
off
let's
the cuff
go.
here.
No. I am woo woo. Let's go.
I wonder if you were like not a fisherman, but like you were like on the water in past lives and like resonate with water.
My parents come from a fishing village as well. My
really?
grandfather was a fisherman as well, and
Interesting.
a seal
maybe
hunter.
that.
I don't want to talk about that, but yeah, shit. Peter's gonna fucking shut my shit down. Yeah.
Maybe, and you're just like remembering. Yeah, who knows? So many.
Have you
different
been in contact
possibilities.
with some ancestors?
Ancestors? Yeah, it's interesting. So I have my grandma as one of my spirit guides. My dad passed last year. He caused me so much pain, but now he's like my most prevalent spirit guide. Like he's helping me so much. It's so cool. And then, yeah, like no one that I haven't like known of consciously. Like no one's came through that has been like, oh damn, like I didn't even know, like I wasn't told in this lifetime that you existed, but just people who have like passed that I've like actually known. Yeah, they've came through. And one time I had this really crazy experience. It was in a Joe Dispenza meditation.
Okay, we're laughing. Okay, we're gonna tell this inside joke, all right? Because my friend put me onto Joe Dispenza, okay? And guys, if you start doing the guided meditations, I'm gonna warn you, okay? Just a little spoiler alert. He's gonna whisper in your ear, okay? I wasn't ready for that. I was all calm, I was all comfortable. I'm like, okay, starting to breathe, starting to focus my energy in the middle of my head in the pineal gland. And I just hear fucking be aware. Like, what? What is this? I thought it was like a random video, like a trolling video, But no, that's his voice. And if you get past the voice, it's amazing. It's an amazing guided meditation, but if you're just getting into it now, I'm warning you. Okay,
Yeah,
you gotta.
it's a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah, just surrender to the voice, but also you're prepared now. So if you do turn it on and there's like just a man whispering, and, in a very strange, like unique tone too, you know?
Very strange tone. He is whispering in your ear, dude. Like he will lick your. It feels like he's licking your ear while doing this. It's insane. Me and my girlfriend have an inside joke too. Like we always say like be aware, because like she's not into meditation, but like she like I see she wants to try because I do it too.
Yeah.
But she wants to, and then I showed her the video, and she's like, "There's no way.
Yeah, this is
There's
too
no
much.
way I do this shit. Yeah, there's no way."
That's so funny.
Joe Dispenza is really cool.
Yeah. No, he's awesome.
And it's easy to understand. He like dumbs it down in a way. I'm not saying dumb it down, but he makes it. He puts it in layman terms for people who are fairly new to this, and that's what you need to do. You have to present this in a way where it's less woo woo and more science based, so people can actually understand it, but also apply this to everyday life.
Yeah. I think the science, because like I am pretty analytical. Like I don't really like doing things. Like I do like the spiritual and the art of it, and I think you do need to surrender to that. But like for me, having like the science and having the rationale of like why I'm doing these things is so beneficial. And also, if you do have Gaia, look up the Rewired video series, and you can also like if you're a visual learner, like see what's going on and like see the field of energy and see your chakra system and like understand that way too. Okay, but the thing, it was, so I was doing his meditation, and it was the Blessing of the Energy Centers one. Have you done it?
No.
Okay. It's like an hour-long meditation. So you're first doing a breath work, and then he leads you through the meditation. And what happened? So this is when I was clearing sexual abuse, and so what happened was that came up to the surface to be healed, and then all of a sudden I felt around me. I like saw around me and felt around me like a circle of women, and it was so potent and so powerful. Yeah, it was crazy. And they were like, "We're here supporting you. Like, you're not alone." And then that just gave me like, it was like such a crazy moment that I was just like, one, like, what the fuck? My mind came in. I was like, what the fuck is going on right now? Like, this is really intense, and like, what's happening? And then you just surrender to it. And then like, I released so much trauma and so much emotion through that. Just like even having that support system. And I don't know who the hell these people were.
Or were they like? Did you feel like intimidated by it? Was it like more like a support feeling?
It was like love. It was like so many, and it was women, so many like energies of like full love and like full presence and like full like witnessing you and for what you've gone through. And so like I was in the middle of the circle, and then like all of these like I don't even know what they were. Things were around me, and I could just feel like presence, love, support, like I'm seeing you and like I'm fully supporting you and like witnessing you in this. And then it was just like this crazy emotional release of that. So yeah, that was really crazy. I don't know if those were ancestors. I don't know what they were, but it was intense. It was so intense.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Have you what is your best memory from coaching somebody? Like have you like you've probably changed a lot of lives, but like what is the like most memorable moment from being a mindset and energy coach?
Yeah, there's so many different moments because each client is super unique, and you do become like connected with them and their journeys and what they're going through and in their shifts. I'll just do a recent one that. Yeah, it was someone who came to me, and she had been in this world for a long time, but what she was struggling with, so she was aware of a lot of these patterns.
Okay.
But she wasn't aware on how to like actually shift them. So she'd be like, yeah, I've had this trauma happen from my mom, but I don't actually know how to shift them. Like it's just been happening, and I don't feel good. Like I feel like really uncomfortable in my body. I'm like super emotional. And so just seeing that, so going through these exercises, just making her aware of certain things. Like for her, she was really resistant to feeling the emotions and like fully being present with them. She was like running away from them and like, I just want to be high vibe. I want to be high vibe, but that doesn't work, like that spiritual bypassing. So with her, it was like getting her back to like feel the emotions and fully be okay with what's going on in her life right now and what she's experiencing. And then from that, it's just been like just these crazy shifts and like processing so much emotion. And I always get messages from her during the day that's just like, oh my God, I had this realization, or like, oh my God, I'm actually starting to feel better, or this happened and like I wasn't reactive to this. So it's like seeing those like micro changes, and then them being like really excited and empowered to like see the shifts happen. So yeah, there's so many different moments that are just fun, but it's really exciting to see, or just fun, and I feel grateful to see people going through these things and then like starting to feel these differences or see these things. Another one was a male client of mine who, when we first started, it was kind of the same. Like there was a lot of trauma and he didn't want to look at the trauma. He just wanted to go like full speed ahead and like do the mindset work, which we did because he wasn't available for that. But then a year later, so we stopped coaching for a little bit, and then a year later he came back and was like, okay, like I get it. Yeah. Like I understand. And then it's been seeing those shifts with that and being like, damn, like I'm actually feeling free. Like I actually feel free. And so, yeah, it's just those moments where people come and they're like, damn, like I feel different. Like I feel like a different person, and I'm feeling lighter and I'm feeling more free, and I understand who I am and I understand how to process these emotions. It's those things, because it's giving the power back to the person and their life back.
Yeah, that's what they need.
Yeah.
That's what they need, a firm grasp on their own reality, right?
Yeah, and understanding like the process. Oh, this is coming up, like I'm feeling like whack. Like, okay, going back and being like, where is this coming from? Like what happened? Like where's the root of this? Not putting band-aids over everything and distracting yourself, and like that's okay. Like don't beat yourself up if you're doing that, but it's worth it to just go and do the work to just clear it, because then you're not constantly putting band-aid on and ripping it off and like just that repeating those patterns.
How important is the manifestation?
How important is it? Well, you're manifesting all the time. It's just, what are you manifesting? So once you can start to be conscious and like have intention with your manifestations, then it's like super important, right? Like if you want like an awesome life, it's super important. But again, you are manifesting all the time. Everything that comes into your reality, everything that's around you right now is a manifestation of what's happening in your subconscious mind. Your thoughts, your feelings, all of these patterns, these beliefs, these assumptions are just a manifestation. But can you direct that and use your mind in a coherent way to actually like it be what you want and be empowering and like serve you? But a lot of the time we're manifesting things that are disempowering, maybe if we're not aware of how the process works.
I found a nice quote too about manifestation on your IG.
Yeah.
It's, if everything is made of energy and energy is neither created nor destroyed, then all things already exist in an energetic and vibrational state. Recognizing this truth is the secret to manifestation. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I love that quote.
Yeah.
So it's basically just saying that everything that you want is already existing in a specific frequency, in a specific rate of vibration. And so energy is just moving in and out of form. If you can think about it, like a really simple example is ice to water to it being steamed. So it's just in a different vibration, but it's still the same energy. And then it recycles, right? So it's just recycling in and out, but it's neither created or destroyed. It's just moving in and out of form. And so with your mind, with your non-physical abilities, which is 95% of who you are, with manifestation, you're just making a non-physical thing, a thought, into the emotion. You're connecting the frequency, and then it's manifesting into the physical. And so, yeah, it's
So everything already exists.
Everything already exists in a specific rate of vibration. And so you are just energy. Your body is energy. And so with your mind, you get this vessel, this energy thing into coherence and into resonance with whatever you want. So you need to decide what you want. Most people don't know what they want.
That's very true.
And then that's on a specific frequency, right? And so you align your being with that frequency. And then you go, Neville Goddard, which is just like an OG in the manifestation space. It's, I'm blanking on the name, but it's basically like a series of events to get to your manifestation. And so there's going to be blocks that come up that you're going to have to process. It's like a self-growth thing, right? Like, because those things are in your subconscious mind. So you work through them. Then it's also reprogramming your RAS, your reticular activating system, to start seeing things that are already in your reality, but you're just not aware of them. So it's using both, like your mind to start becoming aware and figuring out the how, which is going to come through your thoughts once you're on the frequency. And then you take the aligned action to go and manifest that.
What is the RES?
Your reticular activating system. So it's just a region in your brain that takes in data, because there's like, I think it's like 40 million bits of data that we're receiving in all moments. And so you have to reprogram that to start being aware of what you actually want. So a good example of that is, say you bought a red car, you maybe didn't see all the red cars before, but now that you have a red car, you start seeing them everywhere.
Yes.
Right? Because you've programmed it to be like, this is important to me. But they were always there. You just weren't seeing them.
Whoa.
You know? Yeah.
That happens when I was a kid. Like my dad, I think he bought like this new car or whatever, and I never saw this model before.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
ever since he bought the car, I'm like, I see this car everywhere.
Right?
That's insane.
Were they already there?
Of course.
Yeah, you just weren't seeing them because it wasn't information that you decided was important to you. So the same thing, like everything is already here, but we need to reprogram that to start seeing it. The same thing, like with everything that I've done, it's been like deciding what I want and then reprogramming my RAS so that then I'll just start seeing the things that are already there. And then from that, you have to take aligned action. And that's where the action comes from, but it starts in the non-physical first, and then it manifests through the action.
Wow. Do you have you done a darkness retreats?
No, but I want to. I've been like, I think there's one in Thailand.
Okay.
And have you?
No.
Okay, cool.
I want to know. I want to like learn more about it though. Like, can
Yeah.
you give people like the breakdown of what it is?
Yeah. I was actually talking to someone about this on the weekend. So basically, you go into darkness, and when you have so you have your physical senses that are feeding information to you. So your sight, your hearing, your taste, your smell.
Touch.
Yeah. And so with that, so when you cut off that through your eyesight, it starts to produce DMT, I believe. And then that just opens you up to like
DMT is the dream molecule, by the way.
Yeah.
That's what you like when you have those crazy fucking dreams. That is your brain secreting DMT.
Yeah. So basically, then that just opens up your subconscious mind so that you start maybe seeing things or becoming aware of things that you were previously unaware of. Your default mode network will shut down, and it just brings you into the program, right? Because the subconscious mind is just a program that's running unconsciously. You need to get into that to actually shift things, and so and then it's shutting off your senses, and I haven't like done it, but
For how long?
seems interesting.
You know?
I think it's 7 days.
That's insane.
Potentially 5.
That is insane.
Maybe more. Yeah, I know.
I will turn back to like a prehistoric animal if that happens.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Have you seen videos of people who have like came out of them and they're like, I saw one, they were like sitting in a chair. He's like, wow. It's like, oh my God, this is so intense.
You can kind of compare it to like, I don't want to do it. Well, kind of like it's like a blind person learning how to see again.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah.
You know, not all the way, but kind of.
Yeah,
You know?
like
That'd be a crazy
seeing
experience.
again.
Imagine the colors, they're just like so vivid and everything's like detailed and
Yeah.
it is information. Whoa, that's crazy.
It is
Yeah.
so crazy. I just did it at Boga. Do you know what Boga?
No.
Okay, so it's a plant medicine as well. It's a root from a shrub in Africa.
Okay.
And that is like crazy. If you're interested in plant medicine, it's really, really intense, but it's crazy. And
DMT as well?
So I need to look.
Okay,
It's
okay.
not. I don't think so. I don't
Okay.
think so because ayahuasca is DMT, right? That's turning on. Yeah. So it's different. It's very different than ayahuasca. So the difference between ayahuasca, you're going out and you're kind of like receiving information from there. Iboga is like supposed to be like a masculine energy and it's supposed to be going internal and being like really like this is what's going on. This is what needs to change. This is what's fucking you up and like taking you back to memories. So in your brain, it's connecting neural pathways that were previously shut off from each other, and it's friggin' crazy. It's crazy. But after that, so it's intense. So it's 8 o'clock at night till 8 o'clock in the morning, and then they take you up to your room and you carry on the journey until
Excuse me?
the medicine's done with you. So you could
After 12 hours, it's not done.
yeah. No, a
What?
guy was up for 3 days because he was resisting feeling. And so like you really have to just surrender to it, but it won't let you sleep until you're done with it. But after that too, they give you like they ease you into it. So you're catatonic through the experience, so you can't move. And so and your senses are just like being like just bashed with like so much. The music is so chaotic. It's like this Bwiti music. So it's like boing, 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 boing. It's so crazy.
Jesus
You feel like you're
Christ.
going nuts. Like you're
What?
so uncomfortable the entire time. But in the morning, they bring you like fruit and soup. And the first bite of this, you're like, like your senses are just so intense. And like your sight, like you see colors just so differently. I only did this like a week ago, my 4th ceremony. And yeah, the colors are still like pretty vivid. Yeah.
Have you done those, what are they called? Sensory deprivation tanks.
Yeah, I have.
Really?
Yeah.
How was that? I want to try it. It's basically like this like metal sphere filled with water and Epsom salt. I think they use like a
salt.
fucking
Like a lot of salt.
Yeah, like a ton of Epsom salt, and you just float.
Yeah,
and you feel nothing. So and you don't hear anything either, right? So the water's up to your ears, kind of.
Yeah, so they had like two different options, at least in the tank that I went to.
Okay.
They had music that you could play, and then they had silence. I think obviously sensory deprivation, like you're supposed to have
But it's the same
silence.
concept as a darkness retreat, right?
Yeah.
It's the same concept, but it speeds up the process, I guess.
Yeah, because you're not like feeling like gravity. You're just like body can fully surrender when you're in those tanks. Yeah, it was interesting. I only did it once, and I wouldn't go back just because I don't know. I just didn't resonate with it. I think I was in my head too, and
During the
the whole
time,
point
yeah.
is to get out of your head. But I was just like, I felt so. You say you like water. I don't like water at all. Like I get really freaked out by water.
Oh,
So
okay.
like sitting in water, I was just like calming myself down, I was like
Didn't
freaking
work.
out a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you have an experience, or it just
No.
didn't? No, not at all.
No, I was like, this is weird. Like
Okay.
when's this done?
Damn, that sucks though.
Yeah.
But it's true. It's different for everybody, right?
Yeah.
Some people can react, and some people go. It will take time or different methods to have the same outcome for sure.
Yeah, 100%. 'Cause I think it is a good modality, but yeah, for me, I didn't resonate with it, and I was like so uncomfortable. But it probably like if I stayed with it, like building that momentum to just be uncomfortable, sticking with it, maybe it would have those benefits. I just did it once and was like, nope.
Is there like a next journey that you want to go down? Like, is there a new technique you want to try? Is there anything new in your world that the world has not been exposed to yet?
So I'm on my little plant medicine journey and like alternative medicines, and I've just found them like so potent and
It's so important.
Yeah, and they just like get you the result, at least in my perspective, like so much faster. But also, I'm just a little bit down that path. The next one that I feel really called to is bufo. Have you heard of bufo?
No.
Okay, so it's like a frog. No, it's a toad poison.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson always talks about it. Yeah,
Oh, does
yeah,
he?
yeah.
Yeah, so I feel called to that one next. So with iboga, it lasts in your system for 90 days, like your liver is still detoxifying it. So I'll wait till after that and then see whatever I feel called to. But that one I'm like really interested in.
Iboga sounds pretty fucking pretty hardcore.
Yeah, well, it's like
That's a
known
long
as like
time.
the really hardcore. The center that I went to at Rhythmia, iboga was the first one that he did and got all like these crazy results. But so there's like health complications, you need to get a EKG, is that the right word? Heart scan?
Yeah,
A
probably,
heart scan.
yeah.
Because if you don't have that, like it can cause death. So it's just a lot more intense, and right, you're under the medicine and like can't move for quite a lot of time. So it's like really intense. So you kind of have to be ready for it, and you have to be ready to be like shown like the truth of what's going on, right? Like you have to just be like, okay, I fully surrender. Like what's happening in my unconscious mind? Like I'm ready to see it, even if it's like really like messed. So yeah, it's intense.
I got a good question for you.
Yeah.
Let's say if someone wants to, let's say they have the money, they're
Yeah.
financially comfortable, I guess. And which place do you recommend, like, for them to travel to and have a spiritual experience? Unlimited budget, one place you would have to choose. Would it be Bali, South Africa, whatever? What would it be?
I'll give you two answers to this.
I like that.
Okay. So the first one is so I'll give you this one first. So the first one is going to be so freaking unique for every person, and so it's tuning into whatever one you feel called to. So that's like my first one, because it can be so unique for everyone. Everyone has their unique frequency, and so it's tuning into the frequency of the place that they feel like called. Like, damn, this is going to give me like a really spiritual experience. Then mine personally, that's a good question. I went to Bali when I was younger. I don't think I could appreciate it, but I did hear that that's like a really feminine energy to like really like ground you. Thailand was good as well. Costa Rica was really dense for me. But I think you could like,
What do you mean by that?
the energy just felt really, because we were thinking about moving to Costa Rica. So we were like testing it out, and it felt really like dense. Like really, like you just felt really
Trapped,
like,
in a way?
damn, like there's like
A lot
go
going on?
internal and like process some shit. Like it didn't feel like a light, fun energy, which like I feel like Koh Samui feels like light and fun, and you're like,
It was more serious as an energy.
yeah, like Costa
Okay.
Rica was like bam, like depth. So maybe Costa Rica if you just want to like purge a bunch of stuff. But yeah, for me, I'd say probably Thailand. Like that was just like a lighter, like fun energy to like help release some stuff and like manifestation, and then like to purge some shit, maybe like Costa Rica.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's
What about
so
you?
Cool. I always want to go to South Africa. I feel
Nice.
called there too as well. For safaris, always liked animals and shit when I was a kid,
Cool.
and I find it so fascinating.
Yeah.
And the fact that you can, you know, it's very accessible to go out and do safaris, like, and you're close to the ocean as well at the same time. I'm talking about Cape Town more specifically. But if not, I like Spain. I like Portugal. Whatever's beside the water, like
Cool.
it literally gets down to that.
Yeah.
Like, or Patagonia. Patagonia would be cool too. In,
Oh,
in
really?
Chile.
I've
Yeah.
never been there.
It's like, how can you compare? You can compare this kind of to like, it's like a mix between South Africa and Iceland kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the
South Africa and Iceland.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Whoa.
There's a bunch of
Interesting.
hikes to do. There's glaciers. There's a bunch of stuff to do. There's penguins. There's weird
Cool.
animals and shit. Like
Cool.
Yeah. It's the complete opposite of Cape Town. So South
Okay.
America, it's the last, it's the last bit of civilization in
Cool.
South America. Yeah. So that would be the place where you would take the boat if you would like to do like an expedition in Antarctica.
Oh, cool.
That would be like it's very close.
Antarctica.
Yeah.
Damn, I heard some like crazy
I
shit happens in
know.
Antarctica.
Holy shit, that'd be cool to see too. That'd be cool to see.
Yeah, just experience
May
that.
not come back, but that'd be cool to see.
Yeah, debatable. Yeah.
The lizard people. All right, I'm done. Emily, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you. Awesome
Where
talk.
can people reach you? Go listen to your stuff or sign up for your classes or whatever.
Yeah, so my Instagrams, I am Emily Bass.
Mm-hmm.
Website, www.emilybassofficial.com. Yeah, just find me on there. I have a YouTube. I don't really do anything with it
It's okay. It'll be in the
at
description.
the moment. Yeah.
At the moment. Boom. I like that.
So yeah, Instagram or my website.
Cool. Guys, like, subscribe, share, and I will see you next week. Have a beautiful day. Love you all.